I had to do a marketing campaign for Miss Amy Littles on YouTube, this is what I would do. When you think of kids and having fun and learning on YouTube, who do you really think about? I know, you think of Blippi, you think of Miss Rachel. But if I tell you that Miss Amy Littles is like the new Miss Rachel, but for Espanol, yes. And I cannot wait. First of all, girl, you can be better than Miss Rachel. Why? Because there's only one Miss Rachel and there's only one Miss Amy Littles. So first, this is how I would do it. If you have a YouTube channel and you want to monetize or even brand and bring it into life, you want to think about the experiences. So here we go. So the first thing I would think about is La Plaza Mágica. Now, I'm Dominican, so I am very into this brand in the sense because I'm like, I can totally correlate, and I am a mom. I have a 5-year-old, so really making sure that you are connecting with your audience which is kids. Sometimes it's actually harder than you think. So La Plaza Mágica, your passport to a language adventure. Now, I have my little notes here because I don't want to forget anything. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the side somewhere here so you can see the inspiration and how to bring it to life. So first of all, the customer experience is that you can actually do pop-ups and for language adventure zones. Go to your libraries or go to different areas where you can actually start to introduce yourself. When we think of YouTube, we think that, oh my God, I'm just going to make videos. But bringing the number one thing that Miss Rachel actually did is that with her background in psychology, she knew that there was lots of opportunities to connect with audiences. And it wasn't until later in her career that she actually started to do more of that. But you don't have to wait. You can actually make yourself known in your own community, and libraries love the opportunity for YouTubers to come in and actually be in person. Trust me, girl, you're going to have your little fans in no time. And when I say little, it's because they're little, like literally. You can actually have cutout paper puppets and passport booklets, and those passport booklets that you give them, they can actually use that when they're watching you on YouTube. So they can check off what you might discover or things, kind of like a scavenger of some sort. But kids of all ages love to do different things and they learn differently. So you want to be able to have the opportunity to provide that. Not to mention, you should definitely think about branding yourself, having your website and having a place where you can even start to get partnerships and brands, because Espanol is very, very important. And if your whole thing is really with learning the language and teaching kids, that's going to be the way to go. For retention, I would definitely think about Amigas and Amigos Club. Now, when you're thinking about that is because now they're not just watching you online or they're not going to the library. How about if they live in another state? How can they be involved and how can you send in things for their parents for them to either print out or do or even have flashcards of some sort? You can totally brand yourself. And if you need different ideas, I can totally help you because it's not that expensive and it's not that hard. There's lots of ways, especially with like Amazon KDP, where they do the fulfillment and you don't need to do all that, even to like creating things on Canva and having them print it. So there are ways that you can actually bring to life your teachings, because when kids are learning something in an environment on YouTube, you want to think about how they're going to remember that after they finish watching YouTube. Are they going to remember, hola, ¿cómo estás? You could also tell parents and encourage them that if they want to share their kids where they're speaking Spanish out of nowhere or using different words out in the wild or whatever you want, they can capture it and you can feature them on the end credits of your YouTube channel. As you all know, you want people to go to watch the whole thing to see who's going to be featured. But a lot of YouTube readers on YouTube, they like to also do the credits of like, thank you to anyone in their Patreon, etc. Remember, your brand isn't just about YouTube. Your brand is about an entire ecosystem of how to connect with kids and teaching them Spanish and having lots of fun. Another one could be is that you can do something where you are bringing these puppets to life. Now, I think of La Plaza Mágica is because Plaza Sésamo, which is Sesame Street, of course, is really known for their puppets. But if you create these puppets that are helping you learn at the same time, and they're having kind of the same, fears or any type of things that kids are, that's a great way that you can debunk them. But also for the last aspect of this is that once you have these puppets, you can actually have kids name these puppets and get creative in bringing their own puppets to life. And maybe down the line, you can even create this puppet and bring them to life. The whole point is really connecting with your audience every step of the way, and not just in the learning in the YouTube, but outside of YouTube. And remember, start to get people's email lists, because that's a great way when you're doing partnerships with other brands. You can say, I have X amount of email subscribers of moms from the age with kids in the ages of XYZ. And then you can also see how you're learning and growing, because if someone started watching you at the age of 2 and they're still watching you from the age of 5, that gives you a really great advantage for you to how to grow your brand and what to add and maybe what to shift and pivot. I hope you enjoy this. And if you got a minuto, I got some marketing. And if you liked this video, and if you have a brand or anything you want me to see, go ahead and like and subscribe, comment below, and I can't wait to chat with you.